Nintendo is partnered with DeNA for mobile games and with Universal for theme park attractions, so an investor asked Iwata if they plan to enter more partnerships going forward. Iwata replied that Nintendo carefully considers whether potential partners' strengths and weaknesses complement Nintendo well, and whether their corporate cultures are compatible with each other. And Nintendo is only interested in long-term business partnerships, not sort of one-off short-term thing.
And that's a good way to approach it, because it seems like right now they're having a hard time reaching people just with the strategies that they're using internally.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
And in particular, even their games are having a hard time reaching people. So rather than try to overextend themselves into a bunch of areas that they're not really that familiar with, it's better for them to bring in partners so they can focus on bolstering the popularity of their games, which is their central business.
Right. Yeah, I absolutely agree. Because I mean, if you look at Wii U, I mean that thing, I will fight to my death championing that thing for the strongest software lineup possibly of any Nintendo console. In history.
Yeah, when you evaluate the quality of the games that are coming out, there are no real games that are, like, noticeably bad.
Right, but nonetheless, it's a colossal failure, and there's really no way to avoid that. I mean, it's sold less than half the GameCube in almost the same amount of time. It's not reaching people at all. And that's symptomatic of, I think, a larger issue that Nintendo really doesn't understand how to reach gamers. So I think it is definitely good to bring in other people who do, rather than trying to extend their resources, as you said, when they aren't even doing a good job with what they're working with now.
Yeah, so do you think they should be more aggressive about finding potential partners, or should they stick to this slow and steady method where they want to carefully vet?
I think the slow and steady method is much better, because you need to be careful about this sort of thing, especially a company like Nintendo, to whom quality is the utmost importance, far more than profits, I think. It seems to me, just observing them through history. So I definitely think careful and gradual expansion of their business is what they should be doing and what they're going to be doing. It seems like they have quite a few suitors, and that they're very carefully considering which ones to partner with. Like they said, specifically for theme parks, they had a lot of meetings with other companies, and Universal is the one they chose because they thought that worked best for Nintendo. So I don't think it's a matter of aggressively finding these other people. I think it's a matter of meeting with a bunch of people and carefully considering it rather than aggressively pursuing it.
Yeah, and they're lucky in that their IP is still very attractive to these business partners, so that their goal is to be an entertainment company, not just a video game company. And so that their IP is so attractive means that entertainers from all these other business areas that they're not really involved in are going to be coming and knocking at their door. So so really it's to their advantage, like you said, to take the slow and steady approach, because they're not hurting for people trying to find ways to work with them.
Hello everybody, thank you for listening to this Nintendo Week clip, NWC. If you like what you hear, please subscribe to us here on YouTube for more highlights and discussion videos from Nintendo Week podcast, or subscribe to us on iTunes for weekly breakdowns of all your Nintendo news, discussion segments on subjects, games, and more, and tons of other features. Thanks for listening, and we will see you tomorrow with another NWC.